Roger's holding that up. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. So after watching that last video, I finally understand why we have increased our national debt by $5 trillion in the last 3 years. We had to buy a really, really big clown car.
You said intro?
Yeah. It should scroll down. It should be by itself.
Okay.
I was down at the summit. A couple things I just want to mention real quickly. So I'm on I-17, about 20 minutes outside of Flagstaff, and a bald eagle flew across my path.
Oh, cool.
And landed in a tree. And then on the way back up on Sunday, I don't know if it was the same eagle, but another eagle flew right across my path and landed in a tree. So I thought that was great. At the summit, I had the opportunity of shaking Sheriff Joe's hand. That was great. Really enjoyed that. A couple things that I heard that were pretty meaningful. One was, and I had to look it up and make sure I had the quote, during the constitutional debates, when they're writing the Constitution in Philadelphia, near the end of the debates, Benjamin Franklin, and this was reported by James Madison, Benjamin Franklin said that he had been looking at the chair that George Washington had been sitting in. George Washington, of course, was the president of the convention. And he kept noticing the carving in this chair. This chair is currently in Philadelphia and can be seen. But at the top of the chair, there's a sun. And it's just half of the sun with kind of a line indicating the earth, so that half the sun kind of sticking up. And Benjamin Franklin said that throughout the whole process he kept looking at that sun and wondering if it was a rising sun or a setting sun. And near the end of the process, when they were finally getting the Constitution written, he finally said out loud, "I finally decided it's a rising sun." And I think our group is representative of that rising sun. I'm an optimist, and as bad as things seem, I truly believe in the exceptionalism of our country. It's not just our country, but it's the people within our country. Never give up hope. Another thing I thought was kind of interesting was one gentleman was talking about the Titanic. And it's been estimated that if the gentleman in the crow's nest had seen the iceberg 5 seconds earlier than they had seen it, they probably would have been able to miss the iceberg. And if they had seen it 5 seconds later, they would have crashed right into the iceberg. The difference being, what actually happened, because they didn't see it 5 seconds earlier, they broadsided the iceberg and it tore off all the panels off the side of the ship, causing the ship to sink. It was designed, I think, that it could flood 4 or 5, or I think it's flood 4 chambers, 5 chambers,
but not 6.
And it ended up flooding 6. If they had crashed directly into the iceberg, it would have damaged the front of the ship, but would not have sunk the ship. Probably would not have, minimal loss of life. So, and his comment was, we've seen the iceberg, but we've missed that window of opportunity. So now it's full steam ahead. We need to just blast in that iceberg. And that iceberg kind of represents everything that's wrong in Washington, our huge debt. We need to blast into that iceberg. We're gonna see some damage in our history as we move forward, but it's better to take it head on than to continue the path that we're going and sink and lose life. Last time that we talked, and I'm going to kind of review again. I know that some of you weren't here last time, so I'm going to kind of review again because you've just received your book. So I can't give you a pop quiz tonight, even though I'd love to, because you need to go home and read it. So we're going to review real briefly. Why? Somebody asked the question last time, why do we need to take the time to learn our Constitution? We need to understand it because it's the foundation of our nation. Everything is built upon it, and when our government leaders try to get away with things that are unconstitutional, we need to understand that. When our president, hopefully all of you knew this, it's happened a couple times, but the one that sticks in my mind was he was addressing like a league of Mexican people, and he decided to leave out the word creator in the Declaration of Independence. So in the Declaration, and that's all based upon the writings of John Locke and kind of the Whig movement, but in the Declaration it talks about our unalienable rights. Unalienable means they cannot be taken away. These are rights that were not given by the government, they're rights that were given by God, our Creator. They're human rights, natural rights. So when our president gets up and he's supposedly supposed to be a constitutional instructor or professor when he was in college, but when he leaves out a word as prominent as the Creator when he's talking about our Declaration, and you really have to wonder what his agenda is at that point. So understanding our founding documents is extremely important. So this is me. You probably already had a chance to read that. I think I believe in all the things that you believe in. Let's see if I can do this time. This way? Okay. No good. Want to give it a try? See if I'm doing it correctly. Uh-oh. Okay. See if you can get that.
You can probably use the wireless mouse up there,
You
right?
didn't plug in the USB cable.
Oh.
Okay. Technical difficulty. Okay, good. I wrote a book, that first slide, and then I'm also a part of a constitutional team of scholars from across the nation. What we're trying to do right now is pass an Article 5, using Article 5 from the Constitution, pass constitutional amendments, specifically balanced budget amendment. And what we're up against is really educating the states, the state legislators, and what we need the Tea Party folks to do is to apply pressure to the states. The last time we had this opportunity was in 1985. We got 32 of the 34 required states, and so we missed the opportunity to pass a balanced budget amendment. At that time, our national debt was $4 trillion, so we've now added additional $10 trillion to our debt. Reset.
Still not going on. All right, we'll do it the old manual.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. If you need to contact me, for example, last week, I don't know if we have any printouts tonight, but last week we had, could you back up one, Roger?
No.
We had a handout that I can email to you if you don't have it. So if you want to contact me, if you want to scribble that down if you need to, research department at reclaimliberty.us, or you can go to reclaimliberty.us and just click on the contact button. Okay, next slide. Of course, this is the book. You should have it in your hand. This is a gentleman that I work with on the constitutional issues. He's a retired constitutional professor from Montana. I hope you like the book. I really like the book a lot.